Hello, hello, hello. What's up? Let me move this up. Whoops. That way, if I want to talk into the mic. Good afternoon. Hello. Yes, I do have Twitch chat open, but sorry if I don't always respond when I'm practicing because I'm meant to be practicing. Let's go. What's up? Hey, chat. How's everyone going? Is the stream working fine? I know yesterday the stream was a bit weird, but oh, hello, YouTube chat coming in. Nice, nice. Cool. Awesome. So I'm gonna practice first. I think Brett's out right now, so he's gonna practice later today, closer to the evening time. But I'm gonna do some in the afternoon for the Europeans out there. By the way, let me know if there's any way to make this practice session more interesting. I don't know. I am meant to just be practicing. I don't know, people, if you want to also just practice along, or I don't know if there's questions you have that you want to ask about how I go about practicing. I know someone yesterday was like, "Is this what efficient practice is like?" I'm like, take it at your own risk. I definitely wouldn't say I am the pinnacle of practice efficiency, but I try my best. Just go practice. Okay, got it. Do you have any advice on vibrato? Yes. Um, you just gotta be loose. Like, so if you're tense, it sounds like, but if you're loose, then it's like. Actually, I'll probably be practicing some of my vibrato today, so you can see kind of what I try to do. So like there, it's already kind of tense. I just realized my head's cut off. Gotta stand. And I just realized the camera's focusing on the mic. That will not do. Give me a sec. Um, how's that? Is that better? You can see more. Alright, anyway. Practice time. keys. Yes, I think this part, double stops, vibrato, I might stick on this for a bit, so it might sound a bit, um, yeah. Ah, sorry, give me a sec. How's that? Sorry, guys. I was charging my camera, but for some reason it died anyway. But I just switched out the battery, so it should be right. I'm back. I gotta mute every live stream. It's not a two-set live stream. Oh my mic's here. I forgot. It's not a two-set live stream if there's no technical difficulties. All right. This page is actually surprisingly very hard. Like it sounds very simple, but it's actually very awkward. Getting there, getting there. Sorry, I'm not interacting much with the stream. Um, but I do have to focus. This part is quite hard. I know it sounds just like kind of crotchets and minims, but it's hard. Wow, okay, I gotta stop. Someone just made a huge $200 donation. Josephine. Hi, Eddie. I hope you can answer for fans. One, any routine to do before practice of your actual piece? To need to exercise your fingers or arms or wrist? First, three, do you need to practice scales and technique before the piece? Four, can you and Brett practice a duet Navarra on your last practice stream? Okay, so um, okay, first one. Any routine to do before practice? Okay, so there's kind of like different schools of thought about this. You kind of have to, I guess, experiment and find what works best for you and what your goals are and kind of what your um, like what your situation is in life, right? Like how much time you have to practice. Because I know, for example, back in the day, I read a book in high school by Menuhin, and he was like, he recommended splitting your practice into like three buckets. The first bucket is technique, so like scales, etudes, technical work. Second bucket being repertoire, kind of like what I'm doing now, learning notes, but still very methodical, very slow, making sure you're incorporating your technique. And third, he would think it was more just musical things, which kind of he grouped together both performance practice, playing through pieces, but also chamber music and playing with ensembles. Um, yeah, that kind of made sense when I was younger because I needed to do a lot more like um, just put in the hours for the scales, and also there was, I mean, especially in uni when you have like a lot more time to practice. Um, I think though for me these days, I would say um, so I know I'm like yapping on so much. I think for me it really comes down to what your goals are, and as long as you have a routine that is consistent towards what you think will get you to your goals. I'll give you an example. Right now, you know, at my age, a lot of what I'm trying to do is not so much technique building, but bad habit relearning. So I have a lot of bad habits that I developed when I was younger. I'm trying to unlearn them. And so for me, I find the best way to do that is to just always be conscious of when the habit's kicking in and step back. So if I'm in a piece and I find that I'm tensing, I'll slow down. If even with slow tensing, I'm still tense, maybe I'll go back to just doing open strings or some scales. So I kind of just scale and adapt based off where I am, but I'm still kind of, that's my guiding principle. Um, I realize I'm like yapping way too much. You don't want to hear me practice. But yeah, we can definitely play Navara. And what was your other question? Okay, I definitely think, yeah, if you're not warmed up, definitely warm up properly. You'll get a feeling. You'll know. Like, I think in the beginning, just get into the habit of warming up. But eventually, you get to a point where you can feel. Some days you're gonna just be feeling more warm, and other days you're gonna feel like you need more warm up. So, for example, yesterday I started the stream. I just did like 5 minutes of scales because I know I needed it. Today I felt a little bit more okay, but I definitely was focusing more on like vibrato. So I did a bit of like warming up vibrato just then. So yeah, Cool. Hope that answers your question, Josephine. Thank you very much. I know a lot of people saying La Campanella, but I'm practicing Brahms. So sorry. So, for those of you curious, what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to maintain looseness and consistency in my vibrato, even with double stops. I'm trying to make my shifts loose and well coordinated. I'm trying to make my bow resonant and very smooth without any kind of overpressing, and making just sure like all my joints, my wrist, my elbow, whatever, they're all kind of doing what they're meant to do. So that all the string crossings and the bow changes are smooth. That's what I'm trying to do. I think I'm not making progress, so I'm gonna move on for now because I'm kind of just hitting the wall here. Let's move on. Cooking the trills. That's right. Gotta cook the trills. How long have I been going for, by the way? I'm so curious. I don't even know how to check. I lost track of time. We're gonna keep going. It's alright, it's getting there. You try doodling me. I would love to see your doodle. Thank you, Mirai. Mirai for beautiful playing, Eddy. Oh, thank you so much. Nice. Always appreciate a bubble tea fund. Saw someone write slap in the comments before. That's the wrong stream. Why are you guys so funny in the chat? Someone's like, shout out! And someone else was like, maybe if you practice and then you get a shout out. Guys, if you want to roast anyone, just roast my playing, alright? Roast me. Yeah. That was my first time playing that. Actually second. But that was okay. Octaves are a bit awkward. tired. It's actually quite meditative. I agree. Practicing is meditative. I actually had a thought on my mind. I don't know if Josephine you're still here watching, but I was thinking about the idea of like whether you should do warm up technique versus repertoire. And I think I'm getting distracted because I'm meant to be practicing, but it was just on my mind. It's like the technique is like your baseline, and then the repertoire is your ceiling. And so for people like Chloe Chua, Prodigies, their baseline is so high that they can probably like sight read this better than me after practicing a long time, right? And so, if you feel like you need to raise your baseline, then you work more on your technique. But the issue is technique without applying to music is disconnected. And a lot of times, if you only practice technique right, but you don't know how to apply it to music, you're actually kind of practicing the technique wrong because it's like it's not musically informed. And so you need to do that as well. And so I think part of the art of the practice is you need to learn to judge where you are. Anyway, I'm saying all this stuff and people are just like chicken jockey. So clearly, I should just be practicing. Chicken jockey! Mm. Pretty good place to end the day. That is the end of the development section. Cool. Thanks for joining. I don't know if anyone wants to do a little request now. I guess I know people are requesting. I can play a little bit of anything, and then I'm gonna probably clock off for today's stream, and then Brett will stream later today. People, stop spamming. Who's your favorite violinist? Many of them. There's so many. Tung 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 tung. Sahur. Oh wow, I just heard Shannon. Sorry, I didn't see your donation before. Thank you for the donation. Nice to hear you practice. Thank you, Shannon. Just kind of going through now to make sure I didn't miss anyone. I think that's it. And Shostakovich. Why not? I'm gonna do a bit of third movement Shostakovich just for fun, by memory. I don't know how much I remember though. I might play some wrong notes. Not the chicken jockey donation. Thank you, Claire. I forgot some notes. That was fun. That was actually my favorite movement for a while when I was in high school. I remember for a while my favorite concerto was Shostakovich. No, it was Sibelius, and then for a while it was Shostakovich, precisely because of that third movement. I know that third movement doesn't sound like much, just playing by itself, but if you hear it with the orchestra, the people that know it, it's like the rack piano concerto. Say, if you can hear the orchestra part that's going along with it, it's goosebumps. All right, thanks everyone for tuning in. This is day 2 on our journey to get become Twitch affiliates, and maybe who knows, get 40 hours of practice in the month, live streamed in the month. Cool, cool. Rack tour. Oh my god, please don't do that. All right, gotta bounce. Um, Thank you, Darcy, for the bubble tea donation. And all right, see you later.